3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast for all things Southwest ISD athletics. This is Scoreboard. I am your man, Brandon Medina. We have your athletic director, Mr. Peter Wagner. It is Fiesta time. How are we doing, sir?
Doing great, my man. How are you doing today?
I gotta say, you have this Barry Manilow tone today for no reason, coming in real low.
Just chilling. It's coming towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? And a lot of good things wrapping up. A lot of exciting things heading into spring ball at Southwest High School then, and then on to the summer and starting another year. So gotta really enjoy what's going on right now.
To look a little peek behind the curtain for athletic directors, what is is this your busiest season right now? Like, this is for sure the craziest?
The craziest time is like February.
Yeah,
when you just got basketball getting ready to go or ending, and then all the spring sports starting. So this isn't like the busiest time, but just a quick look into the weekend is tonight we got baseball. Tomorrow morning is regional track, followed by softball at Alamo Heights. And Saturday is regional track. We got UA soccer here. We got a track meet, AAU track meet that our kids are running for free at Legacy. And then you got softball playoffs here and stuff. And then you got at night, we finish off the regional track meet on Saturday. So it's 3 straight days of good times.
Man, busy.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, before we jump into the sports talk real quick, we just want to give a big shout out to our Southwest High School Band and Legacy Bands who will be competing over at the Battle of the Bands. It is Fiesta time, so they both will be in the Flambeau Parade as well. That's going to be a fun time. Coming from Wisconsin, how has it been watching Fiesta grow in San Antonio for you?
I've done oyster bake.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a few things like that, but I've never really got into it. I mean, I hate to admit it, but it's a busy time. Most of the time I've been coaching track for the last 17 years. I've been at the regional track meet on
during
Battle of the Flowers.
Yeah.
Been at the regional track meet, so haven't really had a chance to do all that.
Oh, dude,
Get
out there to Market Square, man, at least one time. Just sometime this weekend. But with that, we'll jump right in. Let's start at track. Obviously, I know we have a lot to talk about from the middle school level and high school level. Where do you want to start, Coach Wagner?
Well, I want to start with our middle schools because they're the future, right? And so we got all our. I didn't get results out of Somerset yet from where Scobie was last night, but and Resnick and McAuliffe are at Southside tonight.
Okay.
But big meet. So Harlandale's fixing their stadium, so they've been running all their track meets here at Southwest at the complex. And McNair came into their home stadium and really took care of business yesterday. Shout out to those coaches, Coach Cheshire, McCauley, and all those guys. So the girls, 7th and 8th grade girls won the track meet. There's 8 teams from all over our conference, which covers pretty much the whole south side of San Antonio, and they won it in big fashion. And then the 8th grade boys from McNair won it. So there's four divisions when we do middle school track, and McNair won 3 of them.
Wow.
So that's big time and stuff. So I want to start there, and congratulations to those kids, those coaches, those parents, and everybody involved with that. That's awesome. And then we got a big, exciting regional track meet coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we had a kid go to state in track. I think you're probably looking at you had Maddie Faye, and you had Morgan Faye, and then you had Johnny Samulio, who went in the 400, but that was probably close to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. And so this year we have Anthony Zapata, who we've talked a lot about over the course of cross country and track season, but he's currently the number 1 ranked 800 meter runner in the region, and that region goes from Leander, Austin, all of that, all the way down to McAllen and Brownsville, Corpus, Laredo, all that. And so he's got the number 1 time. He runs at 800 right now at about 154. I know Coach Arguello said they're training to get him down to about 150. If he does that, he'll have one of the fastest times in the state of Texas. And then in the discus, Southwest High School's Polo Salazar has got the top throw in the state or in the region at 172 feet. So
Polo Salazar, man.
And I'm going to tell you what, Polo's about to have, if he qualifies for state, which is, it's hard to qualify. You have to get in the top 2 out of the top 16 throwers in the region.
Wow.
And so, but if he does that, I want you to understand something about what Polo's year has been like. Coach Frank and I are talking about this. One of probably the greatest years in Southwest history. This dude was an all-state, was Padilla-Pole all-state football player, first team all-state or all-district football player, turns around, goes to state in powerlifting.
Wow.
And understand, he ran the 4x4 the day before he was going to the regional powerlifting meet. And so so he went to state in powerlifting, and if he goes to state in track, he'll go to state in 2 out of the 3 and been an all-state football player as well. So a great kid. And so kudos to him. But, we got other kids too.
That's awesome. Polo Salazar just following in the footprints of Brandon Medina. Like it's true.
Right.
It's truly,
Right.
All-state academics different, but
I thought we were talking about like all big country or something like that. Like all big country, like Littlefoot Road. Something like that in the 3 all 3 house radius.
That's what it was.
And there was no other kids in the other 2 houses.
It was how fast can you chase the ice cream truck down at Big Country Elementary. I was leading the pack, let me tell you.
Like knocking people out and get out of the way.
But shout out to Polo Salazar. We've been talking about him a lot. Anthony Zapata. We've been talking a lot of these people. A lot of these people make the show really what it is, and we hear their names consistently. And so that should be a testament to just how much work they put in, because this doesn't just happen, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, there's people who, for lack of better words, have the God-given talent. There's people who put in the work. Yeah. You don't go to multiple state events without putting in the work.
And kudos to their coaches, you know what I mean, from football, but, Polo with Coach Molina and Coach Bradford and powerlifting, but Coach Arguello he's pushing Anthony to be that guy. You know what I mean? So coaching matters.
And is Anthony a senior?
He's a junior.
Junior, right? That's what I remember, yeah.
Yep. And so he's got some big-time schools looking at him.
That's huge.
And then you got, Coach Arguello, and Polo and Discus, Coach RC has really done a great job with him and stuff, and really working with those guys.
Anthony,
those relationships are big. So
Anthony, if you and your family are listening to Scoreboard, just know Texas Tech has a beautiful track and field program. I'd be more than happy to make a few calls, sir. Already.
Hey, and then so quick shout outs to like Madison Pettis.
She's also been mentioned a lot of times.
Twice the district champion. You got Alicia Galvez, somebody we've talked about a lot, going in the 800. I know those two are going to have to run about a 2:18 800, and which is about 2.5 seconds off their best, 3 seconds off their best. But if they can do that, they'll be in competition to be in the top 2. And then you got Angel Quintero, who's a 100, 200 area champion. It'll be neat to. I don't think the Southwest High School Boys Mile Relay team is a state contender, but getting to the regional finals is a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. And so if they can drop a couple seconds off there, which they've only ran it together for about 2 times now. Right. And so if they can get into that 326, 327 range, I think they'll have a shot to make regionals as well, or the regional finals on Saturday.
Right.
So that'll be pretty cool. I think Anthony Anthony and Madison and Alicia run about noon on Saturday, and so that'll be a big race and stuff to see how that goes.
Awesome. Well, is that going to do it for track and field, sir?
That should do it for track and field, sir.
All right,
I think we're good. Other than Anthony, I'm sure will love to race you.
No, definitely not, Anthony.
I mean, you still owe that dude a backstroke race.
Yeah, Brandon.
The other Brandon. Yeah,
from swimming.
Yeah,
listen.
I mean, you're a lot of talk and no action, dude.
There's no
a whole lot. What if we throw some ice cream your way?
100% that we're doing a race. Yeah, I run a 4.840 quick.
A 4.840.
That's definitely not gonna be Anthony, but that's as fast as your boy's gonna go. That's top speed right there. Top speed. And it depends if drumsticks are available or not.
All I know is the draft is also tonight.
100%.
So it'd be watching some baseball, and thank God for streaming apps.
That's right. With that, let's talk about we'll switch gears. Not baseball just yet, but softball. Another decorated franchise here at Southwest High School and Southwest ISD. They are just again, or fighting for a district championship.
They were
the
fighting
by-district
for
championship.
one. Yeah,
So,
now they're playing for by
district, yeah. And
championship.
so, talk a little bit about what you're expecting from this team. Still a very young team as well.
Yeah.
And how Coach Hernandez has really just shaped this young team to be.
I think
a
we have
competitor.
5 freshmen starting on this team.
Yep.
Including the pitcher.
I don't know that
The
that's
battery
happened
is-
before.
The
in a long
battery
time.
is freshmen.
Yeah.
And stuff. Both of them are freshmen. And then you got Paris Alaquinez, who's like hitting bombs and stuff. You got a junior in Marina, Garza, and so there's a whole lot of youngsters that are. But Coach Hernandez and her staff are probably one of the best staffs in the state.
Yep.
Not just the city. And so great things from them. They got a very. I think they're probably the favorites going into this series. They play on Friday night at Alamo Heights. The last time we played at Alamo Heights was that 2019 season before COVID, and I think Aaliyah Ortiz hit a bomb that still hasn't landed yet. It was still going up when it left the yard and went into the trees at Brackenridge Park.
Wow.
And stuff like that. It was amazing. And so I think that they got a heck of a run in them. We'll see what happens in they can win this one, the next round will be tough, just like every other sport we've met,
right?
And everything. So we'll see how that goes. But young teams can do crazy things.
They sure
you know
can.
What I mean? And
I don't know that we have another sport, at least like that, where we have 5 freshmen as the mover of the needle and kind of figuring things out as a team. So I mean, you're talking about the 2026 squad when they're seniors.
And there's some 8th graders coming up from Scobie and McNair that are pretty damn good too. There's 2 of them. Janaya at Scobie is pretty darn good. That'll probably come in next year. And I tell you, I know Janaya because when we coached UA flag football our first year, Janaya was my quarterback.
Nice.
And she had to miss one week. She had to miss because she was gone to a club softball tournament, and we lost. She had like 5 touchdowns and stuff. Played defense. She's a stud.
Multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, she plays basketball. All kinds of stuff, man. So she ran the 2400 in the track meet the other day.
Goodness
and
gracious.
Stuff. So yeah, good things coming up from the middle schools for sure.
Very, very cool. With that, we'll move forward into baseball. I know you had mentioned a few big bombs being hit on the softball side. I don't know if you see over there by the pony field, we have that sand area where there's always divots. That's from the 2008 Angels, Brandon Medina, that doesn't got fixed. You know what I mean? So let's talk a little bit about baseball.
This man, hey, let's have a home run derby, and then we'll let Brandon hit on the T-ball field and see if he can get it out. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about baseball, who's fighting for his seeding real quick to see where they're going to land over here.
So here's what happened in baseball, and it's a little bit interesting so people understand a little bit that are listening. So we ended up in a 4-way tie for second.
Yep.
And after you just told me McCollum lost 2 in a row, so it was pretty darn close. So McCollum ended up 10-4, and then there's a 4-way tie for second at 9-5 in the district. The thing is that everybody's beating everybody. If you remember, Legacy beat Wynn, and then everybody else was beating everybody else. And so what goes on there is in a 4-way tie, you have to break the tie, and so you take all 4 of those teams that are in that tie,
right? And
you say, what was their record amongst each other? So in Medina Valley's case, they had beat South San twice, and then they split with us and Wynn. In Wynn's case, they beat Southwest twice, and then split with Medina Valley and South San. And then you flip it, so Southwest was 2-4, and South San was 2-4. So that's how you break it. So those 2 are 4-2, so they're playing for second and third. Southwest and South San were 2-4, so they're playing for 4th place. So now we're playing it's literally a playoff game. Is that the winner of tonight's game in Jourdanton at 6:00?
Oh man, that's far.
Gets in the playoffs. Well, because you worry about rain,
right?
And
so they're playing.
So they have turf.
So they're playing South San.
They play South San at 6:00.
South San's been on a tear lately.
Yes, they have been on a tear lately.
Man, so South San
to include when they beat us in the last, and when they beat Southwest in the last.
So you're talking about some big dogs that South San is. So the past 7 games they've won, and it started off with the win against Harlandale. 5-2. They beat Legacy 7-0. Win. They beat them 3-0 twice, back to back. And then, just once. And then Southwest, they beat 6-5, the closest game of that 7-game winning streak.
That was rough.
And then
I was
McCullum,
at
they
that
beat 10-3, who were your district championships.
Mhm.
And so Southside, they just came off a win. So that's going to
That
be
was
a big
close
one.
game. They're down 1-0 going into the 6th.
And then Southwest is also on a 2-game winning streak after beating Harlandale and Legacy. So it's going to be a fun one, man. It's going to be a fun one. Where does I'm looking at the standings right now. Where does Medina Valley kind of fit into all this as well?
That's what I'm saying. Medina Valley and Wynn play tomorrow night for second place
Gotcha.
at Pearsall. Yep.
Man. So
Mhm.
if we win this game, we are a 4th place team.
We're a 4th place team, and we'll probably play the winner of I think MacArthur and Alamo Heights. They're tied for 1st place.
Wow.
So they get to choose whether we're going to play the UIL changed the rule that if you're the district champion, you get to choose in the first round whether you play a series or a one game.
Are you like a Major League Baseball fan, Coach?
Nah, not really.
There's,
but I've seen it.
Josh Young played at MacArthur, now plays for the Rangers as third baseman. And
Oh, yeah.
him and his brother both played for Texas Tech. That's why I know. But yeah, MacArthur has put out some baseball prospects lately.
Oh, they have.
Yeah. So
Don't forget about Jace. What was his name?
Jason Morrow.
Yeah, Jace
Yeah.
Morrow.
Texas Tech
Also a
prodigy.
Texas-
That's right, man.
also a
Come on
Texas
now.
Tech guy.
That's right.
You're right.
So we want to wish the best of
And
luck.
then he went to the Jets, and you know who's going to the Jets, right?
Okay, well he went to a lot of teams. Yes. We're not talking your Packers and Aaron Rodgers talk today, sir. But we do want to wish the baseball team the best of luck. Like I said, out of that 7-game winning streak, easily the closest game was between Southwest and South San. So that should be an interesting one. South San. I don't remember South San being as competitive in baseball as they are.
They've always been.
Have they? Okay.
They made the playoffs last year, I think, in 6A with the Northeast schools and stuff. So they're always competitive in baseball. Kind of like basketball.
Yeah.
But I think that if the Dragons got everything in that district this year. You look at the Dragons were up on Wynn by 2 or 3 runs going into the 6th or 7th inning the last time. They lost to Medina Valley the second time by 1 run. I mean, you're talking probably in those 5 losses, I think 4 of them were by 1 run. So it's a play here, it's a play there.
Yeah.
And
as long as you correct some of those little things.
And so it's just a matter of, all right, who's pitching, who's ready to go, and then who gets timely hits. That's baseball, right?
Yep.
And stuff. So it'll be a good game tonight. I mean, I think it's a good rivalry any which way with South San. So, I mean, that's the beauty of our district right now. The way we're realigned is, 2 things about our district is, 1, all of our teams except for Wynn, we play from middle school. Our kids play from 7th grade till they're seniors now. Mm-hmm. And so you get to see the same kids. You grow up. You get to it's kind of, you just see the development of programs, right?
When a lot of those kids play even pony ball before they even get to that level.
Exactly. And so it's very community based, and that's really neat. And then the second thing is that creates those rivalries, right? Like like softball had a seeding game against Medina Valley, and everybody's like, oh, it's Medina Valley, and now it's South San. Oh, we're playing McCullum. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, it's always something special because of it's not the kids as much as it's the school, the tradition, the things that we're so close together it makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we wish the best for our baseball team. We also wish the best for all of our track and field athletes as they try to keep their state playoff hopes or state appearance hopes alive. And then also we want to wish the best of luck to our softball team. Any other things that you want to get off before we take out of here, sir?
No, just great job to our coaches. A great year this year. Thanks to the parents, to everybody at admin, and as we start to close things up, just want to make sure everybody knows they're appreciated.
Absolutely. And so you guys have a safe and wonderful Fiesta weekend. Make sure you go support Legacy and Southwest High School Band at Battle of the Bands on Thursday, as well as in the Flambeau Parade. Be safe, and as always, we're going to take it out of here. Say goodbye. We have more sports talk coming to you next week. I am Brandon Medina. That is Peter Wagner. And like we always say, we are Southwest.